What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today it's Tony from Lone Wolf, and I'm bringing you an epic battle, the brand new Dye DSR Plus versus the Planet Eclipse Geo 4.
And you know where they're available, the best source for paintball.
LoneWolfPaintball.com.
You know it. So let's hop right on into this price point. You're looking at $1,000 for the brand new Dye DSR Plus. If you want the fancy versions, they're another $100 more. The Planet Eclipse Geo 4, these things are $1,300. So you decide. I'm going to do a little battle here, and you'll figure it out. Let's talk about barrels. Dye DSR Plus, a two-piece 14-inch core barrel, stock bore size 688. Back here, the Planet Eclipse Geo 4, 14.5-inch barrel, two-piece with the insert, and it is a 689 stock out of the box. Both great barrels. You can definitely buy barrel backs for each one of these. If you don't like a 688 or a 689, buy yourself whatever bore size fits the paint you're using at your local field. Front grips, let's talk about that, then we'll move on to the feed necks. The front grip on the Dye DSR Plus. On the old version, it had you'd use your screw. This version, now you can just use your fingers, take that off, and have access to your 9-volt battery right there in the front grip. Very, very nice feature that they have there. I'll set that down. And the front grip on the Geo 4, I normally like to get a hold of the grip frame, and then you can pull this one off as well. So your DSR Plus, 9-volt battery, this gun right here, the Geo 4, 2 AA's. And speaking while I have that off, you have access to your eye covers and your detents. If you need to clean it, you can slide that back, take your covers off, and do whatever cleaning that you need to do. Pop that bad boy back on. Feed neck wise, this one does have, obviously, they're all metal.
Wait, you didn't talk about the detents in the dye.
Detents in the dye. Well, let me set this back down there, Mark. Let's take this barrel off. It's got the Gen 4 eye pipe system in there. So you can pull your finger, put it in there. And this is the eye pipe that actually sits in there, built-in detents with this plastic piece. It's supposed to be self-cleaning. Your bolt can come through, kind of squeegee that out on its own. If these ever do break, since they are plastic, you can just buy new ones. They're fairly cheap. So yeah, detents on here are definitely different than the Geo 4 since it's got its own eye pipe system. Put that barrel back on there. And then back to the feed necks, guys. Sorry for the interruption. Low profile, all metal feed neck on the Planet Eclipse Geo 4. You've got your metal latch here, and then you've got your thumb locking screw here. You can tighten or loosen depending on whatever hopper you guys are using. I'm a fan of the turn wheels on here, so you can actually get a hold of it and not have to bust out an Allen wrench like you do on the new DSR Plus. Not that's the end of the world, but still having the thumb wheel on there definitely helps. And then this also has the metal clamp on there, depending on what hopper you guys are using.
Whose feed neck's lower?
I would say the Planet Eclipse one.
So for $300, I get a smaller feed neck?
They're close, but I think the PE one takes it by a quarter of an inch or something.
They owe me some aluminum.
Yeah. So let's talk about triggers. I like the trigger on the Planet Eclipse Geo 4. It's more like that blade style, very, very smooth. I believe there's 5 adjustable points on this trigger for whatever your personal preference is. So you've got 3 on the actual trigger itself, and then you've got 2 up top in there. On the DSR Plus, I believe there is only 2 total, but this is their new Edge 2 trigger. So this trigger was actually designed by a competition shooter who knows what he's doing. Apparently he's a world-class champion. He helped the engineering process of this new Edge 2 trigger here. You don't see many triggers like this out there on the market anymore, that's for sure. And it's super comfortable. I do like it. There's no complaints there, so it's definitely interesting. Speaking of that trigger, let's kind of see the inside of how much room is inside of the DSR compared to the Geo 4. So the Geo 4 is definitely more square.
It's a little hard to tell with you holding the front grip on the Geo.
Okay, well,
I might have to readjust.
Okay.
There you go.
I don't know if that works better.
Well, I want to see them next to each other. Well, I'm doing difficult.
Okay.
There you go. Oh, yeah, right there. That's the spot, baby.
Okay, right there. That's the spot.
Uh-huh.
So,
Muñaños.
What do we want to talk about next? Grips or?
Yeah, grips.
Okay, the grips I like. Yeah, we'll get the grips and then we'll hit to the ASAs. The grips, you can actually unlock both of these latches. If you guys got paint in there, broke it, want to change out grips on this, it's easy adjustable. You can slide those latches on both sides and you can actually take the grips off to access the inner console of where the board is. And on here, you're going to need to use an Allen wrench to take the grips off up top to get the actual, to get in there and clean in case there is any broken paint. Once again, both of these guns do have readout display screens. So that's how you're going to program it through the back here. This has a 5-point position joystick on the DSR Plus. And then this one on the Geo4, you can turn it on and then navigate through the 3 buttons.
Just going to say real quick, the shapes of those grip frames are a little different too. Which one do you think is more comfortable?
The Planet Eclipse has always been comfortable to me, but the Dye, they've been known for that UL 45 hourglass grip frame for a very, very long time. It's skinnier. Grip frame wise, I would probably rather hold the hourglass one, but the Geo4, that one's still comfortable to me as well. So I don't know, we can grab this about the barrel. You can kind of see the difference there. So yeah, you can definitely see the hourglass on the Dye compared to the Geo4, but they're both excellent guns. They're both super, super comfortable. ASA wise, since I have the Geo4, got the POPS ASA to engage and disengage the air there. Here we have the airport lever, the XL ASA lever here. So it doesn't have that push button. You got the actual lever to engage and then also disengage the air. So definitely different on the ASAs. One's the POPS, one's you've got the lever here.
Velocity adjustment in the ASA on both of them?
Velocity adjustment, correct. So you're going to adjust it through the airport down here on the DSR Plus. And then the adjustment on the Geo4 is also here, but this one has a plus or minus, so you're not cranking and doing damage to the solenoid or anything like that, making the gun leak. So, but both through the bottom of the grip frame. Bolt systems. The Geo4 is coming with the tried and true IV core from years back. People absolutely loved how soft it was, the shot consistency. So this does have the pull up, and then you can actually pull this bad boy out. So it's got the IV core in there. Speaking about the bolt, yeah, the operating pressure on this is 135 PSI, and it does have a nice little soft tip on there. So you'll see that there. It's going to help on brittle paint. And the IV core, like I said, it's been tried and true. A lot of people love it. I think that's why they went back to this core for the version of the gun.
How many O-rings? Quick.
37 million O-rings. No, there's not too many. Fairly easy to rebuild, no doubt about it. Let's go to, get a little grease. Let's go to the DSR Plus. So the Geo4 was pulling up and pulling back. The DSR Plus is a push button. So I would recommend using the grooves here. Get a hold of it kind of like a claw. Press the button in, and then you'll be able to slide that bad boy out. This does, the DSR Plus does have that new flex face tip as well. And then this bolt, this one operates at 110 PSI. So a little bit, less operating pressure. I'm not going to talk about efficiency. I'll let the engineers do that, but same. I mean, this one does have color-coded O-rings on here. So the outer can has the same, but if you need to rebuild, you've got yellow, brown, just different color O-rings on the DSR Plus. Other than that, before I put these back together, Mark, is there anything you think I missed? I mean, triggers, ASAs, front grips, barrels, feed necks?
I'm always more curious about what else is coming. So is there a mechanical frame for either of these?
I know the CS2 has a mechanical frame. I don't think the Geo4, put in the comments below if I'm completely wrong. I don't think the Geo4 currently has one, but I know the CS2 does. And then the DSR Plus, there is talk about a mechanical frame for this gun as well. So stay tuned. We will find out and let you know as soon as possible. Other than that, follow us on all the other social platforms. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, visit LoneWolfPaintball.com. Go over to pbswagbag.com. Use our code LWP10 at checkout to save 10% off your first monthly subscription. And until then, that's enough talking. We are getting out of here.
No, I got more. Because if you want to see yourself in the video saying LoneWolfPaintball.com, you got to send us a clip and maybe we'll use it in a future video. Bye.